iOS 17 includes a lot of awesome new features, but we're only going to talk about three. The three biggest updates that we found that are going to change the way you use your phone. We've cut out the fluff so we can get right to the good stuff, starting with the camera app. Let's open settings, and we're going to scroll all the way down to the camera app. Tap on that. Let's tap on formats. And this is where it gets interesting. Last year with the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, Apple announced the very first 48 megapixel sensor ever on an iPhone. Awesome, except you could only use it if you took Pro RAW photos, which were over 10 times bigger than the normal photos you're used to taking on your iPhone. I didn't know why that was the case. I built a shortcut that helped you get around that, but it was a pain in the butt to use. Now, finally, Apple built this feature into the 14 Pro and Pro Max. So those of you who have those phones just got a free upgrade, you're welcome. First things first, make sure you have high efficiency turned on here at the top under camera capture. Next, let's turn on Pro RAW and resolution control, and then tap into Pro Default. We're gonna use HEIF, or high efficiency image format, I think is what it stands for. Something like that. If it's not that, you just tell me. HEIF max up to 48 megapixels. It says up to 48 megapixels because if you're zooming in or not using the main camera, it's not gonna be 48. These files, let's just zoom in here, are gonna be 5 megabytes for 48 megapixels. As compared to the 75 megabytes, it says a Pro RAW photo is gonna be for the same size photo. Yes, the Pro RAW photo has more data. Yes, it's more editable, but the iPhone camera is amazing and you're not gonna really see a big difference if you're not a professional photographer. But if you're taking photos and then hitting auto to correct it, then stick with HEIF max. Before we see how this works in the camera app, there's one more setting to talk about. Tap back to camera and then tap on preserve settings. And then we're gonna scroll down to Pro RAW and resolution control, because we don't want this setting to change every time we close and reopen the camera app. Now that you can choose to have these small, super awesome photos, why wouldn't you want to take them all the time? Yeah. To the camera app, I'll swipe up from the bottom of the screen and we're going to go to camera. Now let's take a look at HEIF max here in the upper right-hand corner of the screen with a slash through it. Press and hold on that to open the menu and you can choose what kind of photo you want to take. We've only enabled it in settings. By default, it's still going to use the old 12 megapixel sensor. So I'm going to tap HEIF max. Now I'm taking 48 megapixel photos that are awesome. Let's look at the differences here because they are absolutely amazing. Wow, can you believe that? And because we turned on that last setting in preserve settings, when I close the camera app and reopen it, I'm still on HEIF max, I'm still taking great photos. Next awesome setting, contact posters. We're gonna make your contact card awesome. So I'll swipe from left to right on the very bottom of the screen with my finger to go back to the settings app. I just started doing that recently. It's actually pretty cool. Do you do that, Zach? The swipe at the bottom of the screen? Yeah, Zach does it. He knew it. I'll tap camera in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, and then I'll just use my finger and slide anywhere from left to right on the screen. Go back to the main page of settings, which is easier than tapping that blue button all the time. Now we're gonna go to messages. So we'll scroll up to messages and tap on that. And then we're gonna go to share name and photo. Tap on that. And here we have control over what people see when you call them. Contact posters are actually customized posters that show up whenever you call someone in your contacts. So instead of just seeing the number, they get to see your face or whatever photo you want to show them, or an emoji or just some cool monogram, and they get to see your name however you want to display it. So that's actually really cool. And it updates automatically on their phone when you change this. So it's kind of fun. After you turn it on, let's tap on edit, then tap customize, and we'll start with contact photo. This is where you get to choose what photo you want to show up on their phone when you call them, obviously. You can crop the one you currently have. I'll tap choose a different photo because maybe I don't like this one I took. If you want to support my diet, you can subscribe to the channel, just saying. I'll just choose a different photo. Let's come out on here. Oh, look, it's me, Telluride, Colorado. Take this and, hey, it's Skier Dave. How you doing, everybody? Tap choose, and now people are gonna see this, and of course, it's Apple. I can change the filter. I'll just keep standard. Tap next, and then choose your poster. I'm gonna say photos because I just selected that. And there you go, it's me in front of this thing, and you can swipe between different styles. Maybe it's just me, I'm just kind of hanging out and you can't tell what I'm doing. I think I'll just keep me on the ski slope. Or actually there's a cool one over here. That's really cool. It like isolated me from the background and made it high key. That's amazing. And I can pinch to zoom or crop it or whatever. You could use 2 fingers to move it around, by the way, peeps. I think I'm having too much fun, Zach. All right, let's say I like this, because I do. And I'm gonna tap on this though, and I want a fancier font that more reflects my refined personality and taste. So I'm set on that. I'll tap done in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. David Payette, that's me. Let's tap done in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, and this is done. Now let's see how it works. I'll give this phone number a call. It's one of our studio phones. You can feel free to shoot us a message if you want. Let's see what happens here. It says David Payette. I can tap on that, and there I am with my fancy contact card. The reason it's actually showing up on this phone is that I have this contact in my contacts. So don't worry, if you call some random person, they're not gonna automatically get your picture. Did I mention there's live voicemail? Hey, how are you today, John? It's David here, and figured I'd just give you a call while we're recording a YouTube video. Trying to test out this live voicemail thing that's new in iOS 17. At least I've heard that. Next awesome new feature is called StandBy. First things first, let's head back to the Settings app. I'll swipe left to right on the bottom of the screen again and scroll up to StandBy. And it stands out too because it's black. StandBy. So make sure the switch is on, otherwise it's not gonna work. Display always on. When always on is enabled, the display will intelligently turn off when not in use. So is it really always on? What does that actually mean? It means that if your phone is flipped upside down, the proximity sensor is gonna notice that it's flat on the table and you can't see it, so it's gonna turn off the display, even if it's always on most of the time. We definitely want night mode turned on and motion to wake if you're someone who enjoys sleeping. Tap back to StandBy in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Show notifications, that one's up to you. If you're leaving your phone out in the open and you get text messages from your special friends who you don't live with, then maybe leave this one turned off. Otherwise, I'll leave it on. Now let's see how it works. Here we are in StandBy mode. Basically, all the way to the right is a clock. The middle one is photos. You have to unlock your phone to view the photos. How about that picture right there? Can't see a darn thing. And then all the way to the left is just widgets that you can go up and down on. And to customize any of these, you just press and hold on it. And then you can come on down here, you can add widgets. Bonus new feature, new ringtones. But before we talk about those, gotta pitch the membership. $5 a month, PDFs, walkthrough guides. It's great. I'll even make a PDF for you with these settings if you sign up. Back to those ringtones. Let's tap back to settings in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. I'm gonna scroll up to sounds and haptics. And if I tap on ringtone. Okay. A little E minor, C major 7 going on. Shallot. Way too out of tune. Okay, if I want to listen to something out of tune, I can go to the local bar. If I want to listen to guitar players play out of tune. Give these a listen. They're new. It's cool. There are 20 new sounds in iOS 17 that Apple didn't even brag that much about, and they're awesome. This morning, I woke up to a new alarm sound. This is where I'm supposed to ask you to subscribe again, but I'm not gonna do that because I have respect for you. Also, thanks for watching our video, and we'll see you next time.